Arizona Game and Fish, you have a trail cam problem. And the reason I'm bringing this up, so to get you folks kind of up to speed, so the state of Arizona, which I reside in and I do a lot of hunting in, they have banned trail cams as of January 1, 2022. And basically what that means is the term banned for the sole purpose of taking game. Now, this is where it gets sticky. I recently just saw a guy in southern Arizona post a video about having a jaguar on a trail cam in southern Arizona on the Mexico-Arizona border. Now, he posted pictures of this on YouTube and social media and all that. Oh my God, so I'm kind of confused to the point to where, if we're going to ban trail cams for the sole purpose of taking game, right? So I messaged the guy and I said, hey, can you do that? And he says, yes, I'm not a hunter. He responded back, yes, I'm not a hunter. My argument to this is, now you're telling people on social media and YouTube where this jaguar is. So here's the slippery slope that I'm going to go down. What if I put a bunch of trail cams up at the Kaibab for the sole purpose of just taking pictures of animals or taking videos of animals? And I start posting on social media, hey, look at all these giant mule deer around this water hole, or look at all these giant mule deer in this specific area. Look at these pictures. Aren't they fantastic? They're gorgeous animals. You're going down a slippery slope to where now you're going to get a bunch of hunters that are going to start following these folks to see where everybody's posting pictures of the animals. And I'll take it one step further. What's to keep the Joe Schmo guy from living up there, putting out 500 trail cams, not hunting, just the sole purpose of taking pictures of wildlife, and thus selling that information to guides, to other hunters? And I know the argument's going to be, well, that's not ethical. You can't do that. Well, people aren't ethical. We try to be the best that we can, but money does a lot of things to folks. Let's be honest. You're going to tell me, the guy that lives up there by Kaibab and has a bunch of cameras out, some guide's not going to give him 5Gs to show him, hey, where are you seeing this big buck at? Oh, he's over on top of this ridge. You're lying to yourself if somebody's going to turn that down. I'm just saying, Arizona Game and Fish, you either need to be all in on this with 100% ban of even taking pictures of wildlife, or bring back the trail cameras. Because now that we're a couple years into this, we're starting to find all kinds of loopholes. I would love for Arizona Game and Fish to respond back about this to see what their take is. I can see this going down the rabbit hole of, we're coming up on a couple years now of this being done, and it's going to get real slippery here. I can already see this coming of people. You're already right now to the point where people are scared to use trail cams, but now people are starting to bring them back for the sole purpose of just taking pictures and recording wildlife. Once you start telling folks where you're taking these pictures of these animals are, is that in turn, the guy that's taking the picture is not using that trail cam for the sole purpose of taking game, and the guy that goes out there to shoot the animal that has the trail cams, that got the information from a social media post or something like that, I can kind of see where this is going to get real sticky and real goofy in the future. Again, you could bring up the whole ethics thing, say, well, you're not supposed to do it. Well, of course, people aren't supposed to do that, but you're telling me somebody just can't go off some basic information. I mean, I understand the point, the guy that might be just walking around the woods with the binoculars that doesn't hunt, and he goes back and tells his hunter buddy, like, hey, man, I was walking this ridge and, saw, a herd of elk up here. I heard you had an elk hunt. Maybe you should go give it a shot. But when you get trail cameras involved, in that kind of situation where a guy's taking pictures of wildlife and posting it on social media or taking a video, you can't tell me he might have a couple hunting buddies be like, hey man, why don't you go check out this spot? You know, I don't hunt myself, but I saw a herd of elk up on top of this ridge with my trail cams. You know, hey, if you get lucky to get one, why don't you throw me some backstrap? I'm just kind of curious, Arizona Game and Fish, where you think this trail cam ban thing is going to go. But I'm still under the impression, you know, I'm an avid hunter. I pulled all my trail cams when the trail cam ban came into effect. And I'm still under the impression that if I find a trail camera out in the woods, I'm supposed to shoot it, destroy it, or if there's a number on there, call them and say, hey man, you ain't supposed to have this thing out here. So I'm just kind of curious on what you've got to say about this, Game and Fish. I'll leave that argument at that, but I'd like to see some people's responses about this, especially avid hunters in the state of Arizona. So I'll say it again, Arizona Game and Fish, you have a trail cam problem. And I think you got two choices here. Just bring them back all the way or just ban them entirely. So I'd like to see your response. Thanks, folks. We'll talk to you on the next one.